This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I am Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the significance of House Bill number 8498. A road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on overtaking rules when in a multi-lane highway. This week's Bang Chaper shall be about the illegal use of mobile phones while driving. Showcase this week shall have the sports car from Honda, the Civic RS. While for race weekend, we shall have the highlights of Full Throttle Weekend at Batangas Racing Circuit.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's episode of Motoring Today. Join us.
Life comes at you fast. If you're brave enough, drive right back at it. Brave the big city or the great outdoors. Brave the carpool or the extra cargo. Brave the unexpected with Honda Sensing. Brave the long road with fuel efficiency to reach your destination. The all-new Honda BRV. Brave the next level.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. The Philippine National Railways is airing plans to stop operations at the end of the year. The Philippine National Railways plans to stop all commuter train services at the end of December this year. According to an ABS-CBN report, the stoppage of operations is meant to give way to the construction of the North-South Railway project of the PNR and the Department of Transportation. The report said the PNR commuter services between Alabang in Muntinlupa and Calamba in Laguna will stop beginning July 15. All other PNR services in Metro Manila will be suspended after the Christmas holiday season, the report said, quoting PNR Chairman Michael Macapagal. To help commuters affected by the stoppage of PNR services in the route, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board is opening new routes for modern PUVs and buses, said Macapagal. Macapagal indicated that the LTFRB will issue new franchises or permits for jeepney and bus services in affected routes after a closure of the PNR route in Metro Manila after the Christmas season. Commuters will have to wait a little bit longer for a truly modern train service that will affect mass transport in a big way. Meanwhile, it's been a long wait for the commuter railway to begin construction. Groundbreaking rites were held, signaling the start of construction of segments of the North-South Commuter Railway project. The Department of Transportation has broken ground for the construction of segments of the North-South Commuter Railway project, which aim to connect Metro Manila with the Laguna province. The segments are covered by 3 contract packages awarded to the Hyundai Engineering and Construction Co. Limited and Dong-A Geological Engineering Company Limited. One involves the construction of building and civil engineering works to cover approximately 8.5 kilometers of railway viaduct structure, including elevated stations in Alabang and Muntinlupa. Another oversees the development of 12.8 kilometers of railway viaduct structure and elevated stations in San Pedro, Pasita, Binyan, and Santa Rosa. The third covers the construction of approximately 10.2 kilometers of railway viaduct structure, which will incorporate elevated stations in Cabuyao, Banlic, and Calamba. Already, the DOTR has initiated the removal of the existing tracks of the Philippine National Railways between Alabang and Calamba. For a while there, the NSCR project seemed about to be shelved. With contract packages awarded to a consortium involving South Korean multinational, the public is assured that the project will push through. Continuing, this is good news for those looking forward to the completion of the MRT-7. San Miguel gets new source of funding for the project. San Miguel Corporation has secured a 100 billion peso loan deal to finance the completion of the Metro Rail Transit Line 7. According to news reports, SMC has closed a syndicated loan agreement with a consortium of local banks and the State Pension Fund Government Service Insurance System. The consortium includes BDO Unibank, Philippine National Bank, Bank of Commerce, and Security Bank. In a press statement, SMC President Ramon Ang said the support from major Philippine banks shows that they recognize how important the MRT-7 project is to many Filipinos and appreciate SMC's overall vision of a Philippines made more progressive, resilient, and competitive through investments in major projects such as efficient mass transport systems. MRT-7 will generate countless jobs, boost local economies, and create more opportunities for so many Filipinos, Ang added. The project to establish a 22-kilometer elevated railway line from North Avenue in Quezon City to San Juan del Monte in Bulacan has reached a completion rate of almost 62% as of June 14 this year. When completed, the MRT-7 expects to cut travel time between North Avenue, Quezon City to San Juan del Monte in Bulacan to just 35 minutes. Even before its completion, the MRT-7 is already benefiting the economy. And finally, changes to the guidelines for accreditation of new driving schools may be in the offing. The Land Transportation Office reveals that a review of the guidelines is being undertaken. The new omnibus guidelines for the accreditation, supervision, and control of driving institutions and the standardization of driver and conductors education went into effect last April. The guidelines aim to establish an accreditation system that ensures and strengthens the compliance of driving institutions with prescribed education standards, as well as placed a cap on how much driving school can charge for lessons and instructions. However, news reports now say that the Land Transportation Office has suspended the acceptance and processing of applications for new driving schools effective June 30. In a memorandum dated June 23, the LTO also called for a review and evaluation of the guidelines found in the LTO Memorandum Circular JMT 2023-2390. The new memo said regional accreditation committees could continue to process all applications received before the suspension took effect. In explaining the call for a review of LTO Memorandum Circular JMT 2023-2390, the LTO said good governance requires that the guidelines can be reviewed and evaluated to ensure its effectiveness. Some people are now questioning if the review will cover the caps placed on tuition fee and other charges imposed by driving schools. And those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Is it time to raise the maximum amount for claims on death and injuries covered by compulsory third-party liability insurance? Motoring Forum tackles this question. Representative Wilbert Lee has filed House Bill number 8498, an act increasing the compulsory third-party liability insurance, or CTLPI, for commercial vehicles and total indemnity claim for death or injury of any passenger, third party, or pedestrian without the necessity of proving fault of negligence. In filing HB number 8498, Representative Lee proposes to increase the amount of insurance claim under the no-fault indemnity provision based on the size of the commercial vehicle. Lee notes that it's painful for families who lose loved ones in road accidents involving motor vehicles and just getting at most 100,000 pesos. Under present regulations covering compulsory third-party liability insurance coverage, families of third-party victims of accidents can receive 70,000 pesos for death indemnity and 30,000 pesos for funeral expenses. If the accidents merely result in injuries, the third-party victim can avail of medical services not exceeding 100,000 pesos, hospital accommodations of 500 pesos per day for a maximum of 45 days, and 20,000 pesos for medicine. If an accident leads to permanent dismemberment, victims can claim up to a total of 50,000 pesos. While it's true that one can't put a peso value to life, Lee believes raising the amount that victims or their families can claim for accidents will help somehow. HB 8498 seeks to increase the amount from 15,000 pesos to 1 million pesos for victims of accidents involving commercial vehicles with 4 or more wheels and with a gross vehicle weight of up to 4,500 kilograms. It also seeks to raise the claim to 2 million pesos for victims of accidents involving commercial vehicles with a gross vehicle weight of more than 4,500 kilograms. Lee also wants to include persons using wheelchairs on or near a roadway as those who can qualify for TPL claims mobility impaired. In providing for bigger insurance payouts for bigger commercial vehicles, Lee said that there is a difference in the amount of insurance claim because the likelihood of an accident increases with the commercial motor vehicle size. All owners need to take out third-party liability insurance coverage in order to register their vehicles with the LTO. Government made it mandatory. It is also the cheapest form of insurance coverage for motor vehicles, although it is also not the only form of motor vehicle insurance coverage available for motor vehicle owners. There is the so-called comprehensive insurance coverage, which includes such things as damage to vehicles due to accidents, car theft, losses to third party, and damage to car due to natural causes, personal injuries or death caused in an accident, damages caused by a fire, among other things. Comprehensive insurance coverage is naturally more expensive than the TPL. Increasing the amount victims of road accidents can claim from TPL coverage will also see an increase in the premium for taking out third-party liability insurance. It should be interesting to find out from an actuary how the passage of HB number 8498 will affect the cost of TPL insurance coverage. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
You are back with us here on Motoring Today, and we now have this week's important motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you are on a multi-lane highway, mahigpit na ipinagbabawal ang tumawid papunta sa kabilang parte ng highway. As seen on the animation, you can overtake on your lane provided that it is safe to do so. Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Pine Chuper this week.
Bayong super lang kaibigan, ako si Marlon, isang kapwa nyo super. Habang nagmamaneho, kailangan buo ang atensyon mo at hindi gulo-gulo.
Ang cellphone ay isa ng malaking bahagi sa buhay ng tao. Halos lahat ay meron at gumagamit nito. Pero sana kapag tayo ay nagmamaneho, tigilan muna natin ang paggamit ng cellphone. Paalala lang, sa pagmamaneho kailangan ang iba yung konsentrasyon. Kapag ikaw ay nagtetelepono, ang isip mo ay wala sa iyong pagmamaneho at ito ay maaaring maging rason para magkaroon ng aksidente.
Kung ayaw mong mamultahan o maaksidente, huwag kang gumamit ng cellphone habang nagmamaneho. Si Marlon Gudmalin, payong tsoper lang, kaibigan mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsoper.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsport is next.
In motorsports news, the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup 2023 got off to a rousing start with teams and drivers returning for another season of exciting one-make racing using stock Vios units lightly modified to make them safe for racing on the track. 3 races were held over race weekend at the Clark International Speedway with team and drivers competing in 3 categories: Super Sporting, Sporting, and Promotional. Race 1 saw Gerald Loy of R Racing Team topping the Super Sporting category, with Red Diwa of JBT Racing Toyota Isabela in second, and John Dizon of JD Motorsports Ribbon Arc in third. John Dizon stepped up the top of the podium in Race 2 with Joaquin Garrido of the Toyota North EDSA Obingers Racing Team earning his first podium of the season in third, while Red Diwa dropped 1 place down to third. Ian Rosales of Toyota Team Cebu took the checkered flag in Race 3, with first race winner Gerard Loy coming in second, ahead of Brian Coe of the R Racing Team. The Autocross Challenge also returned this year, this time in 4 categories: Media Promotional Class, Media Sporting Class, Promotional Influencer Class, and Sporting Influencer Class. Patricia Tenorio topped the Promotional Media Class with Cesar Miguel and Riz Javier in second and third. Sigwald Gore ruled the Media Class with Justin Young and John Ray Sandiego in second and third. Bianca Yao led an all-female podium in the Promotional Influencer Class, with Ariana Bautista in second and Apple David in third. Miguel Romulo proved quickest in the Sporting Influencer Class. Lexi Mendiola was second and Rep Bangsil third.
More on the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. Race Weekend takes us back to 2 days at the Batangas Racing Circuit, aptly called Full Throttle Weekend. 1 daytime attacks and togi battles. Another day, several hot heats of the Clubman Racing Series.
The Full Throttle Weekend is a 2-day event. Day 1 is Togi Battle, Day 2 is Clubman Racing. And today we are at the Clubman Racing event, which hosts the races from the historic Mini Coopers Group, the European Touring Car Championship Philippines, and the SLTD or Sick League Track League. FTW is parang we rebadged after the pandemic. Kasi nung nagkaroon yung pandemic, natigil ang karera for a while, so we had to stop. So nung bumalik kami sa karera, we combined Togi Battle and Clubman Racing into 1 weekend na lang, thus naging Full Throttle Weekend. So ito yung parang improved version namin of what we used to do in Togi Battle and Clubman Racing before.
We're a group of classic mini racers. We're called the Historic Mini Racers of the Philippines. We believe in running our cars period correct. We still keep our cars at the 10-inch wheels like they first started in the 60s. Right now, today, we're only 7 cars running. Unfortunately, as all races go, there is always somebody that has an issue, like today, me. But anyway, that's what racing's all about.
Well, mga competitive lahat kami, kaya lang it's a gentleman's race. Kaya kung iniiwasan namin as much as possible yung magkakaroon ng banggaan or aksidente, yun, masaya na kaming tropa doon lahat. Okay, the best. Ang ganda na ng laki ng improvement din dito sa BRC. And thanks to the manager dito, maganda. And also kay Sir Easy, yung aming taga-buo nito, maganda ngayon compared sa mga dating activity. Kung may inclination sila or may leaning sa racing talaga, maganda mag-join sila dito, lalo yung mga may European cars. Kasi puro kami European cars dito.
Bragging rights. Maraming dito niyabangan, pero yung yabangan ng mga grupo dito, it's because they're all friends. Di ba, syempre, pag magkakabarkada tayo naglalaro-laro, masaya nag-aasaran. So yun yung kanilang ginagawa. Like I said, it's a group of friends who just want to race each other safely and they're in the right place and just to have fun doing what they love to do, which is driving their own cars.
Professionals are welcome, but Full Throttle Weekend is really a great venue for the amateur racers. Amateurs more in the sense that they truly love motorsports and want to enjoy racing, and rightly so, on a legit racetrack. And that's this week's World of Motorsports. We'll be back after this short break.
Isuzu D-Max.
I'm a revolution.
Into new heights. The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. The Civic Type R has attained iconic status among car enthusiasts all over the world. This showcase checks out the 6th generation Honda Civic Type R now available for sale in the country.
Honda rolled out the first Civic Type R back in 1997, a 3-door hatchback that could in essence be considered a road-legal race car. Over the years, the Civic Type R has gained iconic status as among the hottest and also the coolest hatchbacks and sedans around. A race-ready hatchback or sedan right off the showroom. Since then, Honda continued to develop the Civic Type R and enhancing all the qualities that made it so popular. The 6th generation Civic Type R arrived locally early this year with an SRP of 3.88 million pesos, but even then, all 40 of the first batch of units had already been reserved by buyers who waited long for their dream car. But is the latest iteration of the Civic Type R worth the long wait and the hefty price tag? Those who like sports cars or just sporty-looking cars would love the new Civic Type R. At 4,593 millimeters long, 1,890 millimeters wide, just 1407 mm at its highest point, and clearing the ground by just 123 mm, the new Type R is longer, wider, and sits lower on the ground than its predecessor. It also sports a longer bonnet, further enhancing the sporty attitude. The other exterior features not only enhance the sporty look but also adds to sporty performance. According to Honda, the new bumper that reduces side wake, the functional front fender air outlets, and the side sill garnish enhances efficiency and contribute to a lower overall coefficient of drag. The new rear diffuser and spoiler with aluminum stanchions increases downforce while helping reduce drag. Other notable exterior features include honeycomb grille mesh, LED headlamps, redesigned LED tail lamp, tailgate spoiler, tri-tip tailpipe diffuser, matte black finished 19-inch alloy wheels wrapped in 265/30 high-performance tires, automatic front wipers, hood and side air vents. And of course, there's the all-important Type R badge on the front grille and tailgate, as well as the Honda logo in red. Also enhanced is the sportiness and the refinement of the Civic Type R interior. You'd immediately know you're not inside your usual Civic from the serialized Type R plate on the dash, the aluminum shift knob, the black and red motif of the trim and finishes, the bucket seats that are well bolstered and upholstered in Alcantara fabric, floor mats with Type R logo, sport pedals. The front bucket seats slide and recline. The driver can adjust the height of his seat. You still get all the creature comforts and conveniences one expects from top-end Civics. Smart keycard entry and one push start system, automatic air conditioning, speed sensing power door locks, a center console with deep and wide cup and beverage holders. There's no lack in tech either. There's a 10.2-inch fully digital instrument cluster and the 9-inch touchscreen display for in-car entertainment that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A wireless charging pad. Audiophiles will love the 12-speaker Bose system. But more than great comfort, convenience, and connectivity, many aspire to own a Civic Type R for the joy of driving one. The needs of the driver with racing intentions are provided by the new Civic Type R. The steering wheel wrapped in Alcantara fabric provides great grip. Tilt and telescopic functions allow for getting the ideal driving position. Honda rolled out the Civic Type R powered by a 2.0-liter 16-valve DOHC VTEC turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that churns 320 PS and 420 Nm of torque, mated to 6-speed manual transmission that drives the front wheels. The manual transmission comes with a technology that detects downshifts and flips the throttle to match the optimum engine required by the lower gear. The system is described as having an expert racer with precise heel and toe skills. The driver has a choice of powertrain models from Comfort, Sport, Plus R, and Individual, the last allowing to customize settings. The Civic Type R suspension uses dual-axis struts in front and a multi-link system in the rear and comes with an adaptive damper system with sensors. Behind the wheel of the Civic Type R in traffic and various road conditions and on highways and switchbacks or on the track, one can feel the adaptive damper system at work to provide a compliant, comfortable ride during leisurely driving and firmer, more precise handling at more aggressive speeds. Providing confident and sure-footed stopping power is a brake system that uses 350mm Brembo ventilated discs in front and solid 305mm discs in the rear. The all-new Civic Type R comes with an enhanced version of the Honda Log R Performance Data Logger, which integrates an onboard computer and sensors with a new built-in vehicle app to monitor and record performance parameters in real time when driving on the road, on racetracks, and other closed courses. This provides vehicle information to the driver, including a 3D display, tire friction circle, cornering G-forces, status of oil and coolant temperatures, oil pressure, among other significant data. It even scores and logs track performance while providing lap time and a heat map, which driver can use to learn his driving habits and tendencies and hone his skills. Honda says the standard Honda Sensing suite of driver assistive and safety technologies has been thoroughly re-engineered for the 2023 Civic Type R that is equipped with a new single camera system with a field of view twice as wide and can see farther down the road, and an exceptionally fast processor and sonar sensors. Honda Sensing features collision mitigating braking system, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, road departure mitigation, lane departure warning, forward collision warning, and auto high beam. Based on the Civic hatchback, the latest generation Type R is touted as the most powerful ever rolled out by Honda. With all its comfort, convenience, and safety features, driving assistance, smart connectivity tech, performance driving capabilities, the latest Civic Type R may be the best so far.
The 2023 Civic Type R 2.0 VTEC Turbo Honda Sensing comes with a great many features and attributes. But is it worth all the wait and hefty price tag? Only those who reserved and taken receipt of their dream ride can answer that question. That's our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the Toyota WeGo.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry takes center stage.
The Covenant Car Company Incorporated has launched the new generation 2024 Trax, making the Philippines the first Southeast Asian country to get the crossover SUV from Chevrolet that is now making waves in the US, Canada, Mexico, and South Korea. At the launch, TCCCI President and CEO Alberto B. Arcilla touted the new Trax as bigger, bolder, more refined, and featuring Chevrolet's revolutionary design philosophy while pioneering technologies to set new standards for crossovers in the country. Also at the launch was Ernesto Ortiz, President and Managing Director of General Motors Strategic Markets, Alliances and Distributors, who expressed confidence in the local success of the new generation Trax in collaboration with TCCCI, Chevrolet's trusted partner for Chevrolet in the Philippines for almost 14 years. Manufactured at the General Motors plant in South Korea, the 2024 Chevrolet Trax is powered by a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder turbo DOHC VVT engine that delivers up to 137 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque and is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The new generation 2024 Chevrolet Trax is available locally in 3 variants. The LT, retailing at 1,793,888 pesos, the Red Line at 1,866,888 pesos, and the RS at 1,948,888 pesos. The Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup, the country's longest-running one-make circuit racing series, has returned for another season, starting with the first leg held at the Clark International Speedway. Open to the public for free, the event drew hundreds of motorsports fans to the track to cheer on their favorite drivers and teams as they raced on the track using Vios sedans lightly modified for safety. Aside from circuit racing series and the Autocross Challenge, this year's TGR Vios Cup added new features to spice up the season.
And we have a new format that we are introducing this season. So we'll have the endurance race that we are going to witness on the third leg of this season's Vios Cup.
Toyota also rolled a race-ready Corolla Altis GRS HEV as the pace car for the first leg of the TGR Vios Cup.
We have seen the Corolla Altis GRS HEV. That's our very first electrified race car that we have developed for the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup. In true Toyota Gazoo Racing fashion, we are testing it and subjecting it to a motorsports environment. And that's the way we can further develop our cars, which will lead us to make ever better cars. So who knows, maybe in the next legs or in the next seasons, we can open up new racing classes exclusively for electrified cars.
Those who missed catching the races live and in person at the Clark International Speedway can still do so at 2 more scheduled legs.
So we have prepared very exciting and thrilling activities for Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup this year. So if you miss this first leg, don't worry, because we have 2 more, one in September and the third and final one in November.
And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 37th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy
motoring!